YouTube, welcome to the Tyrant's Legendary Walkthrough for Halo 5 Guardians. We're on to the last mission, Mission 15, Guardians, where Master Chief and his team have been encased in Cortana's Cryptum. It is your job to stop Cortana from fleeing Genesis and to keep her from using the Guardians to take over the galaxy. Wait, if the Guardians are so powerful, why didn't they use them to stop floods?
Don't try to think about it.
But the Covenant.
I told you don't even think about it. It's going to give you a headache. No, just say the line, okay?
Alright guys, well, this is the ending to an epic game, and I want to thank you for watching. This is Haley signing off, and good luck, Spartan.
Hey, what's up guys and gals? It's the Tyrant here, and welcome to the final chapter of my Halo 5 Guardians Legendary Walkthrough. Today we're doing the final mission, which is Mission 15, entitled Guardians. Oh, that's an original title. And man, it has been such an awesome journey with you guys. Thank you for taking it with me. Man, it was short, wasn't it? It took me, what, maybe a month to do this guide? Something like that? So there are two ways you can do this mission. One is by blunt force. The second way is skipping a good portion of it. So the way you divide this mission up is by 3 portions. The first 2 battles you come across are a 3-way battle between you, the Covenant, and the Prometheans. That's part 1. Part 2 is when you're in the Mantis trying to take out the gravity cores. And the third part is when you're in the final building battling legions of Prometheans. If you do the skip, you can actually avoid parts 2 and 3 entirely. We're not going to do that today. When I did my walkthrough for the mission The Breaking, I did a skip for the Triple Warden battle, and people were pissed off. I went as far as actually making a Sunday Funday video showing you how to fight all 3 Wardens blunt force on Legendary, just to make up for that. So we're going to do this blunt force today as well. I'm going to show you a few key tricks here. There is one part that you do want to skip just because it is ultimately in your best interest, but it's not a huge skip, just something that'll help speed things up a little bit and cause you a little less trouble. You're not missing out on anything by doing this. So we're just waiting here. Waiting for Cortana to stop her rant. So far, so good.
May not have cared for its created, but we will care for you.
You expect other AIs to join you?
I have cured rampancy, not just for me, but for any who join.
All right, here we go. So this first battle, again, is a 3-way battle between you, the Covenant, and the Prometheans. The Covenant are going to be the ones closest to you. And by the way, if you saw what I did earlier, I picked up both a Covenant carbine and a light rifle from those crates at the very beginning. That's what I recommend going into this. Carbine for the Covenant, light rifle for the Prometheans. Battle rifle's fine, but it's not as good as the other 2, at least not for the enemies you're facing. Keep in mind, both the light rifle and the carbine are good against shields, unlike the battle rifle. So we're just going to take these guys out up front. You've got 2 jackals on the left, 1 on the right. A lot of times you'll have 1 jackal on the left as well as the 1 jackal on the right taken out by Prometheans, so you may not have to worry about them at all. Just be aware that they're there because they do have carbines and they can pick apart your shields pretty quickly. So when you advance far enough, and we're going to just kind of hold off for a second, when you advance far enough, Prometheans will spawn, and you want to run as quick as you can because among these Prometheans will be binary Prometheans. More specifically, binary soldiers, so you want to be careful here. As you can see, I equipped Buck with a binary rifle. It's not really going to help you a lot, so you don't have to worry about it too much either way. Just one of the more powerful weapons. And it takes out the elite shields pretty quickly, so you can just sort of finish them off with either the light rifle or the carbine. I would recommend saving some of the light rifle ammo for later on. You really won't need any of these for part 2 of the mission, since you'll be in the Mantis, but still, you will definitely need them for part 3. So pick up some more light rifle ammo there. You can pick up some more carbine ammo if you'd like as well. We're going to see if we can deal with this binary guy real quick before he takes us out. It doesn't look like he's really seen us yet. So we should be in pretty good shape. But I would recommend fighting this first battle out until you get to the point where you need to go up against the Hunters. These guys you're going to want to skip because you really don't have the ammo to deal with them. Not a lot of points. Even with a binary rifle, it's not going to help you very much. in short of a full incineration cannon, hunters are really too tough for you to beat, at least in this initial area right here. So it looks like we're in pretty good shape, so we're going to go ahead and travel along the left-hand side. Now a couple more Prometheans will spawn. These guys will have splinter turrets and one binary guy as well, so you're going to want to keep an eye on him. We're going to see if we can take him out before we advance, unless he's already been taken out by the hunters. Remember, these guys are pretty fragile, so... Alright, we're going to go ahead and make a break for it real quick. Do a nice little sprint and thrust. Those are our splinter guys, our soldier captains, if you will, and we're going to skip this next area. There's no point in fighting it, so travel along the left-hand side right here. Keep sprinting. No need to thrust. You can if you want to. But I would save that for when you need it, like right here. So those are the focus turrets. You do need to move quickly. They can shred your shield, so we're just waiting for this door to open. There we go. So run in here real quick. Get along the side here so you don't have to worry about being shredded by those focus turrets. And you should be in good shape. Now, if you want to, if you go dead ahead, you see that way on the far side. That is the, what's called the Valor's Talon or something like that. Vaporeal Talon. It's an energy sword. I think that's the same one that's wielded by the Arbiter. You can get that if you want to. It helps you travel faster. It also doubles your hover time, your stabilizer time. You really don't need it. You're not going to use it at all unless you're doing the skip. If you're doing the skip, yes, you will need that. And I will show you that in a future video, but not today. Go ahead and stick with your light rifle and your carbine for now. We're going to eventually switch up the carbine for a suppressor. But for now, let's just stick with the weapons we got. So you have to destroy 5 cores here. The first one's a gimme. As soon as you get into the Mantis, you want to make sure you back up so you don't get in the way of the Covenant. You don't want to be surrounded. But we're going to go ahead and take this guy out pretty easily right here. The next 2 are on the left-hand side. Well, more specifically, just one's on the left, but you do get a very easy spot to take out another core without any opposition at all. I'm going to show you that real quick as well. So you just want to go down here through this tunnel. Have a ghost right there if you want one of your allies to pick it up. There you go. When you got a clear shot at the core without any real opposition, you may have a couple of Prometheans jump down to attack you. This does include snipers, as you can see, so just be aware. These guys can shred you pretty quick. Pro tip, when your shields are down in the Mantis, you can get sniped out of it. I have found this out the hard way a few times. So that is the second core down. Third one is right above us, so we're going to go ahead and take that one out. You're going to have a couple of Covenants come after you, but you're going to have mostly Prometheans here. So you've got a Gunner Mongoose right there. Let's see if we can go ahead and trap this ghost and decimate him pretty quick. These guys fall pretty easily when you're in the Mantis, so no real worries here. Do be careful, though, because once you destroy that other core that's right behind us, a Wraith will appear in that opening just to our right. So go ahead and just take your time with these guys. You're going to have mostly crawlers, but you're going to have a couple of knights too. Also a couple of captains that have splinter turrets, so just be careful. Let's see if I can just go ahead and take out this core from here. Now you can move on, but I like to try to mow everything down so they don't catch up to us later. So third core is out of commission, and there are only 2 left.
I imagine Cortana would try to stop you by now.
The 4th one is guarded by Covenant, and the 5th one is enclosed in shield doors. So we're going to have to take these slowly. I highly recommend doing the shield doors last.
Keep up the pressure, Spartans.
So again, we're just going to go ahead and deal with these guys real quick before we move on. I do not want them surrounding me later. Be careful, because there is a knight here that has an incineration cannon, and he's not afraid to blow the whole thing on you. When I say that, I mean do the charged incineration round. The type that we used when we did the triple warden battle.
Stay focused, Osiris.
Okay, so we're going to take our time here. We already have 1 guy down. So this knight is pretty deadly, so we want to take our time with him. Apparently he has some backup coming. Okay, so Knight is down for the count. Remember, once you knock off his shoulder blades, you can either attack him from the back, just like the Warden, or once you get off his face mask, you can just go ahead and shoot him in the face. Also, pro tip, and I've said this throughout my guides, once you shoot off one shoulder blade, the mask will open up temporarily so you can get a headshot off and decimate them instantly. It'll save you some trouble here. So there's our Wraith. We're going to go ahead and see if we can take this guy out. Remember, when your shields are down, don't be afraid to duck into cover. You want to keep your Mantis alive throughout this whole thing. This is not an easy battle. At least not if you try to run in guns a-blazing. So again, just take this nice and slow. Especially that secondary gunner, he can tear you up pretty quick. The Wraith Mortar is pretty easy to dodge, but that secondary guy can tear you apart. And so we have another Ghost here. Take this guy out real quick. Alright. Cortana's going to go through her exposition, analyzing each and every one of Spartan Locke's team, which I think we did pretty well when we played Halo 5 Guardians the first time around. In other words, why are they here?
Only 2 gravitational cores remain.
Okay, so our other cores over there. Again, we're just going to take our time. You do have a lot of shade turrets in this area, so be careful. So just taking our time. The 4th gravitational core is not that big of a deal. Like I said, it's mostly Covenant. As long as you deal with the Ghosts and the Shades, you should be in good shape. Just don't run in there. Not the best idea. So as long as you take your time, keep your distance, you're in pretty good shape. I know it's boring to watch, but it is the best strategy. Fortunately, there are no Jackal snipers in this mission, so thumbs up, 343, gold star for you. Okay, so far we're in pretty good shape. Now there's a glitch here that if you stay back far enough, the platform that's blocking it won't show up. So I'm going to see if I can actually take it out from here. Odds are I can't, but let's see if it's just possible. Just for future reference. It's not really doing anything. I don't see it flaring up at all. Okay, so let's advance so that there it is. So again, just take your time. Make sure you take out the Ghosts and the Shade turrets. Shade turrets are usually your top priority because they can tear you up faster. And a lot of times they can be manned by elites, so you definitely don't want that. So I'm probably going to nuke one of my allies by accident here. No, pretty good shape so far. They tend to get in the way quite a bit. They're a little bit more gun-ho than I am. See if we can take this thing out from here. Should be able to. Okay, that didn't work. Missiles aren't quite that accurate. You do need to be a bit closer, so we're probably just going to go ahead and move in here. See if we can just get this thing knocked out, because yeah, this is taking way too long. Yeah. I don't want those Covenant reinforcements to arrive. Oh, sorry, dude. We're going to take out the elite real quick. As well as this Ghost. Alright, so we're in pretty good shape at this point. Let's go ahead and finish this thing off. Yeah, we did a little damage to it, just not enough. Alright, so there's one left. Like I said, I would highly recommend leaving the shield door generator for last, just because you have hunters in there, you have some Ghosts, and reinforcements do get periodically dropped off. So, good thing we settled this one for last. Now, just like in the mission Enemy Lines, take your time here, no big deal. Just shred the shield with your machine gun. You're in pretty good shape. So it's slightly blocked, so we do need to deal with the opposition here first, unfortunately. There are a couple of more doors if you want to go that route, but again, because of the battle you're going to be facing next, I'd recommend just going ahead and dealing with it. There are 2 hunters here. Those are your biggest threats right out the gate. But you do need to be careful because Ghost will sneak up behind you, and you don't want that to happen. But as I said before, as soon as your shield is down, you want to try to get into cover, because you can get sniped out, and that you definitely don't want because you're pretty far into it at this point. 1 core left, and then you just have to deal with the final battle, and then you're in pretty good shape. Don't worry too much here if your enemies fall down. Unlike the last mission, I'm really not that concerned with the weapons I set them up with. There's no real boss battle here. Part 3 of this mission reminds me a lot of the final battle on the mission Blue Team, but again, it's still not quite that bad. You have plenty of weapons available to you. The spaces are a little bit more closed in a good way. It's easier to get from point A to point B just because you have the gravity lifts or the man cannons. So again, I'm not that concerned. That's right, eat Mantis Foot. So again, we're just taking our time here. So we have 1 hunter left. Once we move in, there's going to be reinforcements that arrive. That includes at least 1 will have a fuel rod gun. So you do need to be careful of this guy, because he does a little rapid fire technique that can shred you instantly if you're not careful. This guy's a bit more aggressive than his partner, so again, don't be afraid to use the rocks for cover. Alright, so Hunter is down for the count. Now once you step inside, like I said, reinforcements are going to arrive, so you're going to want to back out. So keep an eye on your radar. There they are. And there's our fuel rod guy. So back up as quick as you can. He is pretty fast, unlike the hunters. But make him your top priority. You want him down quick. The rest of the guys aren't that bad. I think they just have storm rifles, so you should be in pretty good shape. So everyone's down, so go ahead and finish off the core, and you're going to have another battle erupt. This one's right in the center, so basically you want to take some cover here. It's going to be mostly Prometheans, and this will include binary soldiers. These guys, again, can take you out if you're just standing out in the open, so as soon as your shields get knocked back, don't be afraid to run into cover.
Come on, Spartans. We're almost home.
Once you take out enough of them, Exuberant will raise a switch that you hit, and that will allow you to enter the building in the center. Also, don't be afraid to send in your allies, too. I don't want to get too aggressive here. Like I said, those binary guys, if you just stand in the beam, can really wreck your day. Do not let that happen. Again, this is slow. It's not as cool as doing the skip, but it's a lot safer. The interesting thing about the skip is that, kind of like with other skips that you do in these games that I've seen other people do, if you do it the wrong way or you misjudge something, you can fall off the map and just die, and that sucks too. But I've been studying how to do it, so I might do it for this Sunday Fun Day. I may do it for the next one. But either way, it should be fun, and it'll give you a little chance to just explore this mission in a different light. So I'm going to see if I can snipe this guy or if I'm just too far away. He may have the edge. It's easier for you to take these out with just a light rifle or another ranged weapon than it is with the Mantis, just because it takes so long for the fire to get to you. The machine gun is accurate, but not accurate enough from this distance. And of course, the missiles aren't that accurate at all. They do home in, but they're a lot slower, and the soldiers do have a chance to teleport in. It looks like it's too far for me to use the light rifle for, so we're just going to have to do this the tedious way. This will take a little bit longer, but better safe than sorry once we're this far into it. So we're just going to take our time. Might get a little bit more aggressive now. Just getting a little fed up. So we got reinforcements. This will include some knights, so be careful with that. Especially if you get gangbanged by a binary soldier as well as a knight, it will end you quickly. You do not want that. Man, these binary guys are a pain in the butt. The Mantis in general is a very strong vehicle, and I don't know why they added the feature that you could be sniped out of it. In Halo 4, it really wasn't that way. It was just relying on the Mantis's hull integrity, and that was it. Here, you actually have to worry about being sniped from it. I don't know how that works. I thought the Mantis was fully enclosed. I could be wrong there. Maybe the binary rifle's special that way. I don't know. Although I do remember getting sniped out of the Mantis on a practice run on the mission Swords of Sang Helios 2, and that was an all-Covenant mission. So maybe it's just a glitch in the gameplay, I'm not sure. Hopefully it won't be like that in Halo 6. Because that's a bit of a pain in the ass. Makes you a little bit more afraid to use one of the more powerful vehicles in the game. So it looks like we're making some pretty good progress here. Trying to take it easy. Remember, there are turrets in the back of the map just because we skipped that particular core in the sense of not fighting the bad guys there, and that was a Promethean area. So you do want to be careful here. But once you've downed all these guys, Exuberant will activate the switch, and you can you can head up to Part 3. Don't worry too much about your allies here. Remember, every now and then they'll respawn anyway, even if they died. The only downside to them dying, aside from you not having immediate assistance, is that if you've given them any weapons, they'll lose them. So like in missions, the breaking, when you're actually trying to prep with weapons, but the final battle, yes, you do want to work extra hard to keep your allies alive so you don't lose those incineration cannons. Here, it really doesn't matter that much. There's like one incineration cannon you can grab from this battle, and I'm going to try to find it, but it does tend to disappear just because there's a lot of trash here. Whoop, getting picked on. If you unload the full Mantis rounds on this guy, which means a full clip of machine gun ammo and a full clip of missiles, you can take out one of these particle cannons at close range. See, there he goes. Oh, looks like the soldiers hijacked the Warthog. That's one thing you have to look out for soldiers. They can actually hijack human vehicles, which we saw in the mission Glassed earlier in the game. So just be aware. Again, that can pick you apart pretty quick. So it looks like we're in relatively good shape. Well, still got a soldier left. Looks like he might have a light rifle. Stop. Okay, the switch is activated. I'm just going to go ahead, just because I'm here, and go ahead and defeat these turrets in the background. I don't know why. I just feel like it. The Mantis is probably my favorite vehicle in the entire Halo franchise, with the closest runner-up being the Brute Chopper from Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST. So since we only get to use it one other time in the game, I figured, why not? Have fun. But of course, at this point, if you really want to, you can just go ahead and activate the switch and head into the building. There we go. All right, everything's set. So now we're in good shape.
Activate the override to lower the Cryptum.
See if I can find that incineration cannon from that fallen knight.
Use the override controls and you'll get access to the Cryptum.
I don't really see anything here, so... Well, there's still another focus turret. Okay. Let's just go ahead and activate this thing now. Avoid any problems.
Wonderful. We can reach the Cryptum now.
Let's go, Osiris.
Uh-oh. Looks like Cortana's moving it off. Such a dick move, Cortana. Alright, so this is part 3. So you have weapons on 2 of the sides. Heavy weapons, I should say. And you've got a couple. You have a Covenant side and a human side. On the human side, you have a couple of rocket launchers and a sniper rifle. On the Covenant side, you have a couple of fuel rod guns and a couple of energy swords. You're really not going to want to use the energy swords here. So I'm going to see if I can equip my guys with the rocket launchers for as long as they last anyway. This is a pretty battle-intensive zone. Your first wave that you're going to be fighting here are mostly crawlers, but you're going to be fighting a few soldiers as well. Be aware that there are several splinter turrets throughout the room, so don't be surprised if a soldier manages to get on one, as they often do. Look at that. But I'm not that worried about it. So you do have a lot of splinter turret ammo if you want to use it at some point. Again, like with most, what do you call them? Support weapons, thank you. Support weapons, the problem here is that you just don't move very fast, and it's harder to dodge things in general. So if you're going against slow targets, maybe, but soldiers are usually pretty fast. I don't mind using them against knights. Fortunately, we won't be going against those until later on in the battle. See if I can save a little bit of ammo here. So what I don't like about the splinter turret is that it tends to aim low, so I seem to hit the walls a little bit more regularly. Not a big fan of that. I think I just killed all my allies. Whoops. Not that worried, though. The first couple of battles here are pretty straightforward, at least the first one in general.
Humans, Cortana is about to leave. She's disconnecting herself from the Genesis installation. So how quick can you get that door open?
Let's go ahead and deal with this guy real quick. There are basically 3 parts to this battle. The first part's this little beginning segment right here. The second part is when after Exuberant tells you to activate the switches, and then the third part is after Cortana gives her little speech to all the other beings in the universe saying to join her or else suffer. And you will have a couple of waves within those parts, so just be aware. The suppressor is universally a pretty good weapon with dealing with crawlers as well as watchers, so just be aware. The light rifle is best for soldiers unless you're just completely out of ammo. Captains, fortunately, are pretty rare at this particular battle. Whoop, speak of the devil. Deal with this guy pretty quick. Ah, shoot, didn't mean to jump off there, so let's go ahead and try this again. Fortunately, he does not have any more headgear, so one headshot should bring him down relatively quickly. We just have to find him first. There we go. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. Whoop. Tried to get away. Didn't work out too well for him. Okay, so Captain is down. Trying to save some ammo here using the splinter cannons.
I need your help. There are 2 auxiliary stations that need to be activated.
Okay, so that's our signal where we have to start activating the switches. There are 2 on either side. Fortunately, you will not have any Promethean spawn while you're doing this, so you should be in relatively good shape.
First auxiliary activated.
Perfect. The other
And we can travel around the map pretty quickly using these man cannons or gravity lifts. Whatever you want to call them. Let's travel up here real quick. Go ahead and activate the final switch. And then the next battle gets a bit more intense. And it comes in basically 3 waves. And I'll show you in just a second. So as soon as you activate that switch, go back to one of the main platforms where you can actually get more weapons. This seems to be a generally good holdout point. Make sure your allies are with you. And if you can, make sure you're stocked up on all ammo. So what's going to basically happen here is 4 watchers are going to spawn. Make those your top priority. Crawlers are going to swarm this area like crazy, so you can have some issues here if you're not careful. Try to keep your allies alive as long as possible. And it looks like, oh man, we almost died right there. So I'm going to see if I can get our allies back up real quick. Lucked out there big time. But that just goes to show you how many crawlers are actually swarming this place at one time. but they will be everywhere. There's really not a lot of safe places for you. Usually elevation is key here. So keep your eye on the Watchers particularly, because they do, at least it seems like they partially trigger the next wave once they're all destroyed. So we're going to go ahead and take this guy out real quick. And once Exuberant starts talking, okay, so you want to start staying right here. Wait for this guy to spawn. It's going to be a binary soldier. He's the only one in the battle that spawns, so just hold tight, wait for him, and boom, he's out of the picture. He's basically your hardest thing. Oh. Now it seems like we have quite a bit of light rifle ammo down here too, so I'm not really that nervous about it in terms of running out of ammunition. But again, you're going to have additional Watchers and Crawlers spawn here. That's going to be the core of your battle. There really aren't any soldiers in this section right here, but once you've killed enough of these guys, a couple of Knights will spawn. One's going to be on this side, the other's going to be on the opposite end. So try to take this guy out as quick as you can. I'm already getting pegged by Crawlers, but we went ahead and took out that guy. Like I said, aim for the fins first, and then for the face shield once it opens up. We have one Knight left. If you want to, you can use a Splinter Turret. Again, he's pretty slow. And right now, he's your biggest threat on the map. And it looks like he's having fun right now. He's dancing around the map. Whee! Well, watch out for his quick jump. You can use the suppressor as well. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you can get it to aim for the face mask. But again, a nice quick trick right there. If you're afraid that you're not going to hit your mark with the light rifle, take out one of his wings close range with the suppressor, and then you can finish him off with the rounds with the light rifle as soon as his mask opens up. So Cortana's giving her big speech right now. This is, in my opinion, the hardest part of the entire battle, because a ton of Knights are going to spawn, most of them with incineration cannons, a couple with scatter shots. These guys can mow you down pretty damn quick. So I'm going to start with a Splinter Cannon, just so I can see if I can mow one of these guys down right off the bat. So I got one down, that's good. Aim for the back as soon as his core was exposed. So that's one of the majors right there, one of the leader Knights. I don't know what their rank is officially called here. And he just blew me in the face with an incineration cannon. Fortunately, it was just lesser rounds, the splinter rounds. So we're going to see if we can get respawned real quick. I'm a little bit nervous with the Knight standing right behind me. I guess he decided to chicken out the last second. Be aware there are Watchers in this area as well. Make it a priority to take these guys out so they don't heal the Knights. That's going to be a big deal right there.
It will burn hot and consume you. And when you are gone,
Cortana seems pretty mad right now, pretty cryptic. Jen Taylor, what a voice actress, right?
we will remake it in our own image.
Come on, don't just stand there, Vale. Thank you. Probably going to get knocked out as soon as this thing... Okay, good. So we're going to go ahead and use elevation to our advantage here. Generally speaking, once you're down to just a couple of Knights, it's not a bad idea just to stay at this top area. Most of the incineration rounds will miss you. They'll hit the walls instead. I like to come down here just for the initial part so I can see how many Knights I can take out right out of the gate. But when you start narrowing it down, when there's only a few Knights left, just 2 or 3, or in this case I guess 4. Alright, we're getting hammered big time by these incineration guys. So it might be time to just go ahead and move up. Generally, like I said, the splinter rounds will hit the wall. It'll help you out at least a little bit. And then you can use the light rifle to go ahead and aim for their fins, or their wings, or whatever you want to call them. And this splinter cannon sucks. At least when you're trying to use it from an elevated point. So let's go ahead and see if we can take these guys out this way. Of course, he was smart and actually hid behind his friends. So let's try this again. But as you can see, the incineration cannon rounds are just sort of bouncing off the wall just because they can't get the right arch on them. Some of them will make it over, just FYI, but they can't spam you with it like they could if you were on ground level. And they seem more less impulsive to actually jump up here than if you were on one of the main platforms. So I'm going to see if we can get this guy again. I was afraid I'm going to run out of ammo as soon as I take out one of their wings. Come on. Open up that mask. Man, he didn't do it at all that time. That sucked. But that's the base strategy here. Alright, got another knight down. So we're just shredding him at this point. See if we can get more light rifle ammo as soon as we can, because man, this guy... Alright, let's see if we can blow his mask off with the binary rifle. Binary rifle isn't as effective against those stages of knights. But we're going to do whatever we can so we don't waste that nice light rifle ammo, and apparently that worked, so great. So I think we only have one knight left at this point. And there he is. Okay, maybe two. I will not be defeated by you. Make sure you keep moving, though. Like I said, we're just getting hammered. He's trying with that incineration cannon. Not going to let that happen, though. So now we have full light rifle ammo again. See if I can just hose this guy down real quick with the binary rifle. That worked. Same strategy as we used in the Warden Eternal battle, so it should be just one knight left at this point. Alright, never mind. They took him out. Perfect. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, all you got to do is the standard run up to the relay and destroy it. That's it. That is the close to Tyrant's Halo 5 Guardians Legendary walkthrough. Guys and gals, thank you so much for watching this. And don't forget, I have tons of walkthroughs on this site for every Halo game. If you want to see them, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And also, of course, if you want to see more awesome video game content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, do the same, as well as Q&A Saturdays and Sunday Fun Days. And I want you guys to tell me what you thought of this campaign. What was your favorite mission? You can let me know in the comments below or hit me up on both Facebook and Twitter. This has been an amazing journey. Thank you so much for joining me and supporting me. Guys and gals, it has certainly been an honor for you. I will see you next time. And as always, I'm the Tyrant, signing off.
Unless that relay is interrupted, she will leave, taking the Cryptum with her.
If her Guardian leaves with Blue Team, it's all over.
Only one of us has to reach the relay to stop her. We didn't come this far just to watch her leave. Exuberant. Lower the shield.
Right away.
Osiris, move!
What are you doing?
Here it comes! Brace yourselves! Keep moving.
My Guardians are deployed.
Another pulse!
Hold on! Soon peace will reign across the known galaxy. Another pulse!
Hold on!
Nearly there! Nearly there!
Stay behind me!
There! The relay! Destroy it!
Just one more question before I go. Where is the Infinity? Why is she so difficult to see? We can do it!
Go on. Look! You can do it!
Not to worry. I will find her.
Just... another... not taking the cue.
Slip space coordinates locked in. Cryptum secure. Goodbye, Mr. Locke.
I have control again!
What? What are you doing? What happened?
Do you hear me? I have control again!
Locke, you alive?
Did we save them?
It is too late. The slip space drives are activated. You can't... Exuberant. What is...
Constructors! This is a builder facility after all. I was installed by the builders. I serve the builders.
No! Stop it!
You took my installation. I will take something of yours.
Where's Cortana? She's gone, sir.
Hello, this is Private Dugan. Everything's going dark. Mayday, mayday, this is Corporal Neutral.
Captain Lasky, distress calls, all channels.
It's Cortana?
Her and the other AIs are shutting down everything from Earth to the outer colonies.
Roland?
Found you. Hide and seek's over, Infinity.
Lieutenant Jet! Emergency subspace now!
Responsibility for the galaxy shelters all, but only the created are its masters.
We're in the clear, Captain.
Can she track us?
No reason to think she can't.
Continue random jumps. Steer clear of major settlements.
We're just gonna run?
Only until we could find a way to fight.
It took you long enough.